Well, well, well. How you doing today? It's real nice to see you, and welcome to this episode of BARLOW BBQ. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so that means today we're going to be smoking a turkey on the Weber Kettle grill. Now we are going to split that turkey in half. We'll show you how we do that. We've got a mop that we're going to mop on that turkey as it's smoking. It's going to be real good, y'all. So stick around. Let's get started. Back here with my Weber Kettle, and I'm going to get this fired up in just a moment. But there's one thing we have to do before we get this whole thing started, and that is we got to split this turkey. Right here is my whole turkey. It's about 12 pounds. So we've got to go inside. Martha is inside, and she's going to show us how she splits a whole turkey. So let's go inside and see how it's done.
Hey, welcome to our kitchen. This is the indoor. This is where some action happens. Today, the action's gonna be taking the backbone out of this turkey. Now you're preparing for an operation. So you wanna clean out your sink really good. And then you wanna get all the soap out because that'll make you sick. So we're gonna do it all in the sink so we can contain all of the guts and crap in our sink and wash it all out. Now, we never show this because I'm always afraid I'm gonna jinx myself and cut my finger off. So if I do, it'll make for good TV.
It sure will.
Let's go. Here's our lovely turkey. And over here, I have kind of a double setup. I put a trash bag here so I can just throw things away real quick and I don't have to touch any cabinets with my salmonella hands. And I put a little baggie over my sink handle so I can turn it on and off and then just pull this off and it won't be covered in guts or salmonella. Here we go. Now you can either use a really sharp knife, which is what we're using today, or some kitchen shears. Ours never seem to be sharp enough to do this, so we'll leave that aside. Now I've removed the bag from inside the carcass. I know I'm not wearing gloves. I only have hair dye gloves, so we're just gonna do it bare-handed today, and I'm gonna wash my hands like crazy. So I took the bag with all the stuff out inside, and with my kitchen shears, I cut off anything that was kind of gross. The neck was still on there and some weird flabby skin, so I just got rid of all that, threw it in my garbage bag. So now we want to get rid of this right here, which is the backbone of the turkey. Now, if you're going to spatchcock or cut the turkey in half, you got to get this guy out. So we're going to cut along either side of this backbone. And if all goes according to plan, it's just going to come right out. Things don't always go according to plan, so let's just see how it goes. All right, dude, it's not the most pretty filming, but here we go. See, and if you aim it right, it's not going to be as hard to get through here. There we go. Maybe use a smaller knife than I am. So there we go, we're going right through it. And then you can kind of just finish it, pull it apart. There we go, one side done. And we're just gonna flip it around. Sorry, it's so I can see. And do the other side. So here I am right here, and I'm holding onto this guy, this little tail piece to kind of, and this is how you know where to cut, but this kind of just gives me a little more control. There we go. And always try to keep your fingers away from your knife. So if you slip up, you're only cutting turkey. Here we go, there's some ice still in here, no worries. We're just gonna come down here and finish with our kitchen shears. Told you it's not beautiful, but, and there we go. Out it comes, into your trash bag. Rinse off your hands. Okay, so at this point, I like to wash out the cavity with a lot of cold water. Get all this ice out, whatever other grossness is in there. Make sure you're using cold water. So just get rid of anything you don't want to eat. Okay, so then we're gonna cut this thing in half. If you were going to spatchcock your turkey, I'm gonna bring it over here. You would pull this out and press down right here. Give leverage on it. Nice, right?
Like going to the chiropractor.
Yeah, there you go. I've just adjusted the turkey. So if you were gonna spatchcock it, you just push down here and crack it open, and there you've got it all spatchcocked. But today we're gonna cut it in half so we can just do 2 halves, which I really like because one, it gives you a little more control over what's going on. You're not trying to, you know, cook a big ball on your grill. And also it gives you, you're able to season both sides great. We'll do it right here so you can see. So this piece is like cartilage. So it's not that strong, so you know, you should be able to just get through it. There we go. And you're going right through here. You'll probably use a much better knife than I'm using. And sometimes you just have to go alongside of this thick piece here. See, there's a thick bone there. Just do it whatever way makes it happen. That end. There she is. We have our 2 halves of our turkey. And that's how you cut a turkey in half.
Well, Martha did a great job of splitting this turkey in half, and now it's time to get some rub on there. So here is the rub we're going to be using today. This is Kinder's blackened with cayenne and lemon. You can pick this up at Walmart, pretty good stuff, or you can make your own, or you can use whatever your favorite rub or seasoning is. There's no right or wrong. So let's start by just giving this a nice shake all over. Oh yeah, that's looking real nice. This is going to be a really beautiful color on this bird. Just shake it all over. Got the birds flipped over, and let's get this side covered with a rub. Okay, I ran inside and grabbed some of this Everglades Heat hot and spicy seasoning. Just gonna use this to fill in some gaps. I'm not gonna use a lot of this, okay? So this is ready to go. And just fill in these gaps a little bit. No one's gonna be the wiser. Get under here. All right, so we got this turkey all rubbed up. It is ready for the grill. I'm gonna go ahead and light the Weber kettle, and while that kettle is getting lit and warming up, this is gonna go in the fridge and hang out in the fridge until it's time to cook. There's a little visitor here while we're shooting our video. Looking for a little breakfast maybe? All right, we got the Weber kettle all fired up and it is ready to go. We've got a temperature right now of about 350 degrees. All right, let's go ahead and open up the lid here. And I've got my bird right here. All right, let's get him on there. Now the question is, all right, there's one there. The question is this all gonna fit? Okay, let's get the other half here. I think we'll just try to arrange it right just like that. All right, well look at that. We fit both halves on the kettle grill, which is great. And I did arrange this so I could try to get the turkey legs, the bones facing the charcoal there. Just a quick note about what I'm running. I've got a slow and sear right here. That's what the charcoal is in. It's essentially a giant charcoal basket. And I'll have a link down below in the description box for you so you can pick one up if you don't have one already. Now, if you don't have a slow and sear, it's no problem at all. You can use your own preferred method. You could run a charcoal snake. You could bank your charcoal on one side. It's really up to you. Now, another important thing is in the slow and sear, it does have a little water reservoir right here. So I've got some boiling water that's in there, and that water is just going to act as a heat sink. So our temps don't get too out of control in here. So no matter what you're using for your charcoal, I do recommend putting a water pan in there. You could put the water pan right underneath this turkey, and that's going to help everything from just getting too crazy. Got it? Good. Let's get the lid on this. All right, we got the lid on, and we're going to let this smoke for an hour. We'll come back here. I've got a little mop that I'm going to put together. I'll show you in just a minute, and we'll come back out here in about an hour. We'll mop the underside, see how it's looking. And if it's looking good, we'll flip it over, mop that side, and keep letting it go. Now we're going to cook this turkey until the internal temp of the turkey breast reaches 160, and you want your thighs to be at 175. So we're going to let this go for a little while, and in the meantime, let's put together the mop that we're going to baste this turkey with. All right, y'all, it's mop making time. So right here, we've got a couple cups of distilled white vinegar. And we're going to pour this right into our saucepan here. Next up, we've got some brown sugar. You can use granulated sugar if you like. We've got a little dash of some red pepper flakes here. Next up, we've got some cayenne pepper. Right here, we've got some black pepper. Here's a couple thinly sliced orange slices here. Dump those in there. You can use lemon if you'd like. And finally, we're going to use a little splash of this rum. You can use bourbon, you can use rum, or you can just leave out the liquor if you don't want any of it. I'll just put a little splash right in there. Now, I'm going to bring this inside and I'm going to put it on my stove top, and I'm going to simmer this until that brown sugar has dissolved. Okay, so whatever sugar you're using, you just want to simmer it until that sugar is dissolved. Then you're going to remove it from the heat and let it cool completely before you start mopping the turkey with it. Okay, so I'm going to take this inside. I'm going to finish this up, give it a quick stir. I'm going to simmer it, let that sugar dissolve, and then I'm going to let this cool. And then about that time, we should be ready to start mopping our bird. Okay, so I'll see you when it's time to check on the turkey, which is right here. And we've got probably another 45 minutes until it's time to check that out. Okay? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, we're back here smoking the turkey, and we have a gator. Gator is probably right back in there. Hard to see. Looks like a big gator too. It's just right about back there. What I love about living here, you never know what's going to show up in the backyard when you're barbecuing. Today we had gators. Pretty cool, y'all. All right, let's go check on that turkey. All right, my friends, this turkey has been going for 1 hour. I'm going to take off the lid here, and I think we're going to do a little baste. I've got my mop right here. Now, I made a mistake when I first put this turkey on the grill 1 hour ago. I meant to put it on skin side down to start. Okay, so when you put your turkey on, put it skin side down first for the first hour or two. Okay, I flipped it over a little while ago when I realized my mistake. So here we go. The skin is on the bottom. Got my mop right here, and we're just gonna mop this on here, just like that. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll put my mop right over here. And we'll get this lid back on. Just like that. We'll give this another hour, and at that point I think we're going to flip the two halves over so the skin side is up. We'll give it another baste and keep letting it go. So I will see you all in just a little while. All right, it's been another hour. Total cooking time up until this point has been 2 hours. Let's go ahead and check out this turkey. Oh, it's looking beautiful. And by the way, our grill temp has been holding steady around 300 degrees. All right, it's time to flip these birds over. You got that one. Boy, this is smelling really good, y'all. There we go. All right, let's check out this breast first. We're getting close. This is reading 145. Let's check out our thighs here. 159, 161. We're looking for a temperature of 160 in the breast and 175 in the thigh. Let's check over here. Got 146, and let's check over here. And that thigh is reading 164. So these are pretty similar in their internal temps. Everything is looking really good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to baste this side with a little bit of our mop that we made. Get that mop in there. And just mop it on there. I love using this mop, man. We've got both sides mopped up. Put this over here. These birds are looking beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and get the lid on. All right, we got the lid on. Let's check back in another hour. We'll do another temperature check and see how the breast and thigh on these turkey halves are doing. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Whew. Let me tell you what, folks. It's been quite a while since I saw you last. When I saw you last, I told you I was going to be back in about 30 minutes to an hour to check on this turkey. It's been probably about 2.5 hours. I've had a real problem with the charcoal that I was using today, just not lasting that long. Maybe I should have added it a little bit more earlier, so perhaps it was a combination of user error and charcoal error. This turkey has been going for about 4 hours now. Let's check it out and see how it's doing. Got my handy dandy probe thermometer here. Let's see what the breast is looking like. Again, we were shooting for 160. Let's try this side right here. 172. The thighs are what I've been waiting on. We've been waiting for those to hit 175. Okay, we're at 181, 182 right now. And look at that. Oh, 180 on the thigh as well. Well, finally, the turkey is done. I overshot my temps by a little bit. So anyways, it is what it is. I recommend however you set your grill up, however you do your charcoal, I recommend doing your turkey at around 300 to 350 degrees throughout the whole cook. If you can maintain that temp, that's really going to cut down your time, and it should only take just a few hours to finish your turkey. And again, this is a 14-pound turkey. I can't wait to try this. I'm going to take this off the grill right now. And let's set this right there. And get this one right here. The second half. This is looking really good. It's smelling incredible. We're going to let this rest for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back here and we're going to do a taste test for you. Well, it is finally time for that taste test, and truth be told, it's actually the next day. That's why we're all in different clothes. We ran out of daylight last night when we took the turkey off the grill. The sun was setting, and I needed to let that rest for a good half hour, so by that time we were out of daylight. So apologies for that. We did have some turkey last night, and it was very
delicious.
Good. Yep, it was really good. Oh,
and actually, I made sure I put on the same clothes.
Oh, well,
I was going to try to
it.
fool you.
I thought about it, but I was like, no, I'm not wearing the same
One
thing.
good thing about slicing the turkey the next day is it cooled completely, and look at these beautiful thin slices that we're going to put on our sandwiches.
Great on sandwiches. And before we do that taste test, our gator is back. She's actually right behind us.
What do you think we should name our gator?
Yeah.
I was thinking Gladys.
Okay, well, leave a comment down below with what you think the gator should be named. And we believe it's a female, though there's no good way to really tell. She's
Gladys,
back in the
Gertie.
reeds. Not really going to show up well on the camera, but take it from us. Gator's right back there. All right. Without any further ado, let's try out some of this dang old turkey.
Now I cut up some thigh pieces and these breast pieces.
All right, well, I'm going to try a little bite of the breast first. Now, I know it is going to be a little on the dry side because when I took that temp before we took it off last night, it was reading around 180. So that was definitely my fault. But the flavor's good.
This thigh is outstanding. I'm a thigh woman anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to try a thigh as well.
I'm going to save that breast for my sandwich and put a piece of cheese on it.
Love the smoke flavor there.
Tastes like Thanksgiving.
The skin is delicious. I've never mopped a turkey before, so that was a first, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I really...
Put some imagination in that.
Yeah, that was great. I recommend you try that if you haven't tried it before. I get a nice peppery kick from that mop. Really good stuff. You know, I could have done the turkey a little bit better as far as the breast was concerned, but I know that you at home, you guys can do a lot better than me.
Probably.
On the big day. What do you think?
I liked it a lot. I think that it smells so delicious back here still.
Yep.
And I had a turkey sandwich for lunch today, and it was outstanding.
I can't wait to make one of those.
For me, it's all about the turkey sandwiches the next day.
Me too. We really appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. And before we go,
we'd like to share a drink with y'all, whether you're near or far.
Yep.
So if you're drinking with us at home, pour yourself a glass,
That's
press
right.
pause, and come on back and let's all cheers to each other, to Thanksgiving, to family, and to friends, and to barbecue.
That's right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Smoke them if you got them.
We really do appreciate you hanging out with us today. We know it was a long video. We love you. And until next time, smoke them if you got it.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.